I was looking up your bio, and I noticed that you started as a young teenager, you know, starting with the Pantex from your dad, going to the local Dead shows. And I was just wondering, like, you started off shooting the Grateful Dead just for your own pleasure. What lessons did you learn going from a hobby shooter to a paid shooter?
I mean, what lessons did I learn? I mean, you learn a ton of lessons along the way because you need to learn how to become a professional. You need to learn how to, you know, shoot jobs on assignment and follow through, you know. So it's not like, oh, I went to a show and I took some pictures and the film sits in my drawer for 3 weeks and then I get to, you know what I mean? It's like you're on deadline. It's like you've got to turn stuff around quick. And, you know, what's the lesson that I learned? That you're really only as good as your last job. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been shooting professionally, like really hardcore professionally now since, let's call it, you know, 87, 86, 87, 88, somewhere in that range. So, you know, that's still, I don't know, is that 20 years, 25 years, 28 years? I don't know, something like that. And, you know, and I've got certainly the reputation, and I've got the portfolio, and I've got, you know, the tens of thousands of images, and I've got the numerous coffee table books. But you know what? You go out and you do a job and you blow it, you're not going to work for that client again, most likely.
So basically, give it all you got every time.
Give it all you got. I mean, you got to be brilliant pretty much every time you go out and work. You know, you're only as good as your last job. You know, like people are like, oh, what have you been up to? And I can rattle off, you know, all these shows that I shot, festivals that I shot, videos I've directed, and you know, all this stuff. But it's like people want to see it, and you know, but you know, that's great, and they might hire you. And if you fuck it up, forget it. You know. I mean, there's so many people out there creating content that, you know, on a video side and on a photography side, that you really have to, you really need to be, you know, above the bar in a big way, creatively and, you know, socially and budget-wise and professionalism, you know, all of those things. I mean, you know, there's too many good people out there. If you're an asshole, nobody wants to work with you. Do you know what I mean? If you're, you know, if they say you've got $5,000 to do it and you come in at $20,000, then they're just like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you can be $500 over budget on a $5,000 shoot, but you can't be $20,000. You know what I mean? So there's all these different levels that you need to maintain professionally in order to, you know, work and stay in that arena and be able to continue to work. People, you know, notoriously insane on many levels. Everybody from bands to managers to art directors, you know, because it's this very creative group of people, and you know, creative people are just typically insane.